I thank Mo Salah for his interview because the man has distracted the world from Arsenal Football Club's politics. I don't know. But here it is. This is what he said. Mo Salah, when speaking about Liverpool, it's not acceptable, to be honest. We threw Mo under the bus because he's a problem. I don't think I'm a problem. He also says, I had a good relationship with the manager. All of a sudden, I don't have a relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me someone doesn't want me in the club. Boys and girls, everybody watching, how do you guys think this is going to end? What do you think is going to happen? And what the fuck is that
I'm gonna tell you
background?
this. That is
What's that noise background? Can you guys hear background noise? I don't hear background noise.
You sure that's not you?
I think it's Vader. Okay, go ahead, Rock. Go ahead.
Vader, stop it, man. We know it's you. Look, this is bad news, man. This is bad news. Regardless of your feelings, these type of things should never come out in public like this. I'm sorry. It makes the whole situation a circus. That's exactly what it's done. And Salah knew that. And I'm sorry, but this is not how things should be dealt with, unfortunately. Whether you're pro-Salah, anti-Salah, pro-Slot, anti-Slot, whatever the case may be, these things need to be dealt with in-house. And because otherwise it just causes a whole load of stuff. And Salah knew exactly what he was doing. Both Salah and his agent are... well, let's say Salah's agent knows what he's doing from a media perspective. We've seen it in the various different contract negotiations that have taken place. And Salah knew that this was going to happen. And Salah knew what was going to happen when he came out. He didn't have to come out, right? First of all, he went out and he started waving goodbye to the fans. It is very reminiscent of, as someone in the chat has mentioned, Ronaldo situation where he went on to Piers Morgan. Like, we laughed him. Every fan base laughed at Man United, laughed at Ronaldo, laughed at that whole situation. And this is very much akin to that. You don't come out and do that. People are laughing at us now. And I'm sorry, but that's down to Salah. I love Salah. He's a legend of Liverpool, one of the all-time greats without doubt. His legacy is almost unmatched. He's a hero and all that kind of good stuff. But sometimes people make mistakes, and this is a catastrophic mistake. And he came out and he said stuff like he doesn't know any other club that would throw their players under the bus like that. And what is he talking about? I mean, I can only know what we've seen. We've seen him be on the bench for 3 games. That's not throwing someone under the bus. Other players have gone on, have been made to sit on the bench for longer periods of time. And I don't know what he came out and he's saying cryptic stuff like promises were made and promises haven't been kept. But
Rax,
the only thing we can see is that he's been on the bench for 3 games, and that's apparently a promise broken. I'm pretty sure no one would have guaranteed him playing time. The whole thing's a mess.
Rax, let me say this, and apologies if I haven't done this enough to you, Rax. You're a real one. You're a real one. All day I've been hearing Liverpool fans, and they haven't been real. You're a real one right now, because a man like Mo Salah, listen, what he's done in the past, credit, check, of course. But what he's doing right now is absolutely wrong. Absolutely. And when many want to have the conversation about where does he stack, what table does he sit at with regards to one of the greats, even with regards to Liverpool, you don't do this as one of the greats for Liverpool. You don't do this to your club. You don't say that there's someone that wants me out, that they're throwing me under the bus. And also when he's talking about, like, I've done enough to not have to fight for my spot.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You fight for your spot every day.
You always have to fight for your spot, because the alternative is that you're given your spot over someone else who's more deserving, and that can't be a way to run a football club. Somebody else. Sorry, Bryce, go on.
Right, this is what pisses me off about it, and this is the hypocrisy I've been seeing from Liverpool fans for the last 2 days. Right, not you, not you. I'm going to be fair for now because being fair just makes my point hit so much harder today. No agenda needed. I can just be real and talk free. When it was Lukaku, oh, he's having a shocker. It's a mirror. It's a disgrace. How can he say that he's injured and not playing? When it was Ronaldo, guys were calling him a disgrace, laughing, everything from a disgrace to a poor example of a legend. We saw Man United take his picture off of outside of Old Trafford. Mo Salah does it. Oh, you need to understand where Slot is coming from. Slot's out of order. I'm hearing guys say, bring Steven Gerrard in. Slot's lost his mind. How can he do this to Mo Salah? It's a disgrace what he did. You were on the bench 3 times. You came off the bench once. You didn't play twice. You were up 2-0. Why should you come on? See out the game. 3-2. See out the game. Why should we throw you on? Then you're gonna cry. Oh, walk up. I invited my parents to come to the game. I told them I don't know if I'll play, but I wanted to say goodbye before I go to Africa. Disgusting work. Disgusting work. It's poor. It's very poor. It's very, very, very poor taste. There's no way after sitting on the bench 3 times you do that. 3 times you do that. And it's the worst part is it wasn't like he was light in the Premier League up before he got benched. It wasn't like he was light in the Premier League up. Guys can't compete.
I'm just gonna say, I agree with the people who are backing Salah in this situation.
Wow.
Only reason why I say this is because I view Mo Salah as a club legend, a player who, yes, he might not be having the best season, but he literally carried Liverpool to a league title last season. And I think the manager is struggling to figure out how to get the best out of all the players to his disposal.
But Egal, but both things can be true. That's fine. He can't go on.
Let this happen at Egal's club.
He is currently throwing Salah under the bus. But he's still not getting the performances from the team. If he was
no one's throwing Salah under the bus.
By putting Salah on the bench, and the team is still not performing. And even when you're 2-0 up, you're saying you want to control the game, but then you end up drawing the game 3-3. Salah's looking at you sideways. I agree with Rack. Salah shouldn't have gone public with all this stuff. But at the end of the day, he's leaving for AFCON in a couple of days. There's no need to rest him. For him to come out and say we don't have somebody like Jacob. What's his name? The Newcastle player.
Ramsey.
Jacob. Is it Ramsey?
Yeah.
No,
Murphy.
Yeah. He said we don't have somebody like Jacob Murphy at Liverpool. What a disrespect to Mo Salah that is.
But it depends.
Jacob Murphy and Mo Salah on the same level.
But
also, he's saying he doesn't have anybody in the team to create the chances for Isaac. I'm like, if I'm not mistaken,
but that was the context. The context of that quote wasn't about creating chances. The context was more broadly about the way that Murphy plays. Salah doesn't play like Murphy. So it's not. It doesn't mean that's a direct dig at Salah. I don't see it like that. I don't know why you would see it like that.
Look at it this way. Before, guys were complaining about Salah being on the pitch, not contributing, and he's at fault for the performances. Now, he benches him, the performances are up. The performances aren't up to par still. What do you think? If there's anything that he did, he basically said Mo Salah is the problem.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
part of what he said.
The point is, Slot is out here fighting for his life, right? Because we haven't had the start to the season that everybody expected, right? Things are going very, very poorly at the club. So people are happy to say, if things aren't going your way, change them. Oh well, but change them the way that I want to change them. That's what they're saying. They're not saying change them regardless. They're saying, oh, change them, but don't change my guy. Don't change my guy. Change these other people. And you can't do that. You need to try it. Slot is fighting for his life. Slot is close to getting sacked. And if that's the situation, he's got to try everything. Because in 2 or 3 weeks' time, he's not going to have a chance to try it. He'll be out.
Facts.
So we're in a disparate situation. And I understand why he may have chosen to do that. Because look, Salah he'll an all-time great of the club. He always will. This is not going to tarnish his reputation. But right now, it feels like the wrong way of doing things. It's caused so much chaos. All the Liverpool fan channels, left, right, everyone from the Anfield rap to the other extreme, whatever that may be. The whole thing is in turmoil. It's just not a good look, man. It's not a good look for a big club. And we laughed. Like I said, we laughed at United when Ronaldo came out. Bice came and said brought out a Chelsea point. To be fair, with the Lukaku thing, I speak Italian, so I actually heard what Lukaku said in Italian.
That's a flex.
And it was. I'm just saying.
It wasn't as
ladies.
That they made it out to be in the headline.
And what Lukaku said actually wasn't as extreme as it was kind of painted at. But ultimately, what Lukaku says, that I'd like to go back to into one day when I'm not at the end of my career, when I'm very bad, but when I'm still a decent player. That's what he said. But anyway, it's still bad judgment, because you don't talk about another team when you're playing for Chelsea fans would consider the biggest club in England or wherever the case may be. It's just it doesn't make sense. And coming out and saying this stuff, what is the look? The situation now is Salah won't be in the squad against Inter. He can't be in the squad against Inter. That's an untenable situation, right? And then the club has to decide: are they willing to let him go, or are they going to back Slot, or how much time are they going? Because it could be a situation where Salah goes to the AFCON. We don't know, but in that time, Slot gets sacked, and then Salah comes back to a new manager. So this situation could be where Salah comes back, but in that situation, it seems like Salah's won, and I don't think he deserves to win in this situation because it's the wrong thing to do.
It's very calculating, and the reason why I got to stress this.
But the alternative to that is that Salah has now almost forced himself out of the club, because if Slot doesn't go, or he comes back and Slot, like, where do we go? What happens there?
What he's done, he's definitely drawn the line and said manager or me. He's actually said, Salah's actually said club or me, because he said there's someone in the club that's throwing me under the bus that doesn't want me.
This was a rally cry to the fans.
I watched the video of when he said it. If you saw the Liverpool attendant in the back, dude,
I see him. Yeah. He went like, you see, it's like went into his phone. He's texting the hierarchy.
He's like, what is this guy doing? It's poor.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Okay. Professionalism, it's not professional.
Out the window.
When it comes to him saying he's not happy, he's not happy. Of course. When it comes to him saying he doesn't have a relationship with the manager, that's very visible from the recent situation. It looks like he's on the outside of the team now. When it comes to him saying that he doesn't know what his future is at Liverpool Football Club, that right there was like that was trying to gain sympathy from the fans. Also, reportedly, he's not going to okay any transfer because he wants his loyalty bonus. That's that's Liverpool PR to try to make him look bad, and also him most likely wanting.
None of us know the ins and outs of his contract and all how this is.
Apparently, Liverpool came out and said they're going to back Slot 100% now.
Egal's got sources, Rax.
I mean, what do you mean? Has Liverpool made a statement?
Yeah, there's a statement that he's focused on the Inter game, and he's not. They're not looking to move him on.
Has Liverpool released a statement?
Let me go find it.
Listen, I'm going to say this while he's looking.
I seen it on, that account, the Touchline. They said something about Slot is focused on the Inter game, and he has the full backing of the board. This came out of multiple outlets have reported that Arne Slot has the full trust of the board. No change will be made, and Liverpool are preparing for the game versus Inter now.
Listen, brother, I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah.
Look, Slot there'll be a press conference tomorrow for the Inter game. So Slot will come out and have to address the situation. You can't just bury him in the sand.
The crazy thing is, listen, in my days of being a Chelsea fan and seeing players throw managers under the bus, we've seen everything. You know what I'm saying? We've seen everything.
What does this even mean? Vader, you want to read this? Raider, you want to read the super chat?
Sharkiola eats up another gap on Mikel Pulis. Don't.
Yeah, you know what, Netweed, you feed into rivals chat too much, man.
Yo, big up Netweed for the
Jay,
vibe.
you joined us just in time before Rack leaves.
Yeah,
Rack is on slot side.
I'm not on
yeah.
slot side.
You're not on
That's not what I'm.
anybody's
I'm. I'm,
side.
I was,
I'm
It's
saying what
your
Salah did
taste.
was wrong. That doesn't mean I'm on slot side. Why? Are you?
I was, so I was listening to you guys. I kind of understand Rax's point a lot. I think there's a good example. I know it's not one to one. Is Aguero? When Pep was like, I want to play with a different kind of striker. I don't even want to play with a striker, etc. Aguero had a big legacy, scored a lot of goals, was on the bench. He just was quiet and sat on the bench. Do you know what I mean? He just he put himself at the behest of the team. I think Salah is like all top players. You have a bit of an ego, but Salah's had issues with Klopp when Klopp didn't want to start him or dropped him. Salah's had issues so to me it's Salah was like, oh, I'm 1 foot out the door. I'm not sure whether I'm still last. It was even last November when he was doing the push-up. Yeah, so
Full of
yeah.
side effects, bro.
So my point on this is you can have a point, and I think it's one of these things where it's like you look at it and you say, well, he's got a point, but it you know what, it reminds me not exactly the same as Son last season, but I think there's some parallels, and the fan base is always going to be the fan base will talk out of both sides of its mouth, because when it was time for Salah to be dropped, or them saying that we want to try someone else, they were happy for Salah to be dropped. But now Salah has been dropped, they're like, oh my God, Slot's disrespecting a legend. It's like fans will always search for, like the path of least resistance, validation for why is it not happening? So I guess in summary, I look at it a bit like it's a mess, absolute mess for Liverpool. Like this is not an easy fix at all for me, because you've got this two-pronged thing where it's like, okay, if Slot goes, that doesn't mean Salah wins. It just means Slot goes. Like
Yeah.
it's just, and vice versa. If Salah goes, it doesn't, like both of these guys come the start of next season might both not be at Liverpool.
And
Do you know what I mean?
the thing is that we don't know necessarily whether Slot may have made a mistake yesterday in not playing Salah. Maybe not. Right? I think over the course of the game, we
Or
were
at least
2-0
not
up.
bringing him on at some point.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we were 2-0 up, right? And then when it brought back to 2-2, and then we made it 3-2, and then it was 3-2 until the final few minutes. So
Yeah,
in
but,
that instance,
but this ain't, do you know what I mean? Have some respect. It's like Salah being on the pitch means that they have to defend more.
yeah,
Do you know
true,
what I mean?
but
You got more
in
of
a
a
situation, no,
counter-attacking threat.
but in the situation where we've been fragile at the back, I understand.
I understand. There's a logic to this decision.
There's logic to work, exactly. I understand. You could have gone either way, right?
Rax, you got to remember, Jay had Ange. He knows he understands the attacking side.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that Slot, he may have made a mistake, he may not have made a mistake. But the thing is, he has the right to make that mistake while he's the manager. And if you take that right away from him, there's no point in him being the manager anymore.
Yeah, no, and it's not a bad point. I guess the thing is I find it very interesting, because what if Liverpool had held on and won 3-2?
Well, yeah.
Would Salah still have done the same interview?
Probably not.
Listen.
So if you look at it as well, you maximize. He's going to AFCON, so he's got AFCON. So basically, the Brighton game is his last game. So he's essentially trying to force he's essentially trying to force the club's hand in a way to make a decision for that game specifically. And I think for me that's I honestly, like, I think it's a little unfair on Slot. Like, he's got enough pressure going on. To be fair, I don't know the relationship they've got. Maybe he hates him, because like, to do something like this, he might hate him, or he might dislike him quite a lot at the moment.
I saw
You guys
Antonio
understand
Conte
why the
win the league.
initial.
Antonio Conte won the league at my club and told Diego Costa, and called Diego Costa's phone while he was in Brazil and said, brother, I'm going to be real. You ain't playing for me next season. Find a club.
Yeah, but that's still at the end of the season though. Like as
But
in they
hear
still
me, no, but
coexisted.
look at this. It's not like Slot ain't giving Salah the minutes. It's not like he's not giving Salah opportunities to show something. He
Well,
3 games on the bench, Jay.
yeah,
3.
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. That's the point. It's 3 games on the bench, and now you can make the narrative and argument both sides. Where it's like a player like Salah is too big to be on the bench for 3 games in a row.
No player.
Really,
I'm gonna tell you this.
I
Liverpool fans are
no,
being
think
very
no,
disingenuous.
no, hold on. I think personally, I think that's a potential transfer because I get what you're saying. No, like no player is bigger than the club, but I'm saying by the same token, for Salah to be on the bench for 3 games and to be like at 2-2, you need a goal. You're not bringing him on. Yeah, like as in there was a time period at 2-2, and you didn't bring him on.
Jay,
So what I'm basically gone.
prior to the 3 games, they had 3 losses.
Yeah.
So they've had a win, a draw, and a draw. So
Yeah.
when you look at the manager trying to find some balance, you can't say that he's too big to be dropped because the results have
No.
changed.
No,
All right.
I'm not.
Jay,
I'm saying. I'm saying it from the point of view.
If it was Harry, if Harry
There was a
Kane
five-
did the same
Jay, there
thing
was a
of not
5-minute
playing
period
2-3
between-
games, it'd be a different conversation.
They
Lukaku,
sorry, go
Sorry.
on.
Oh no, I'm just saying. When Ronaldo did his interview after months of disrespect, blatant disrespect, we're all side. He
Yeah,
he
but
came out-
Salah
hold on,
is
he
he not
came out,
outgone?
He said the club. He talked about the club infrastructure. He talked about why he was frustrated, and he said there's a bit of tension between him and the manager.
Yeah.
He did not come out fully say the club is scapegoating me. It's important. I'm telling my family to come to the games. They're not seeing me play. I'm telling.
Oh, but
Carragher's gonna talk about me
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, but I'm not disagreeing with you on that point. Like I agree with you the fact that what he said is he's put Slot in a difficult situation. But what I'm saying on the flip side is Salah. This is something that needs to almost come to a head. Like if it is like, and that's the position I'm going at in terms of like he's too big to be on the bench, not because Liverpool can't bench him.
Is this what
but-
is this what adversity does to legends?
No, it's no, but
Just because he's a club legend, what he says should go?
We're talking at cross purpose. I'm saying that Salah's still arguably one of the biggest footballers in the world. Yeah, whether or not you think that he's in a downward spiral now, and he's coming off generational numbers last season. Yeah, and he can't get on the pitch at the moment. 3 games. So I'm saying that's a point where that needs to be resolved. Either he needs to be getting minutes on the pitch, or he needs to go. Because if it's in a position where the manager isn't trusting him to play, he's too big a player to sit on the bench. I'm not saying he's too big a player to sit on the bench and come on. I'm saying he's too big a player to sit on the bench and be like, I'm not playing you. Like we've seen it in the past with like Shearer and Hullett and AVB and Terry and stuff like that. This does not end well. One of them has to go. That's always the case with these situations. Either the player goes or the manager goes, and that's what I'm trying to say. Salah's too big a player for this to not be resolved, and now it's coming to a head. Like think about it, Mo Salah benched 3 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? That's if I told you at the beginning of this season, yeah, that Mo Salah by December would be getting benched for Liverpool and would not be able to get on the pitch, you would be like preposterous. He must have.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the season, Jay. But we've seen his form, and it kind of makes sense for why he's been.
Guys,
dropped.
let me just quickly shift gears. Are you guys shocked by Liverpool's performance versus Leeds, or is just more of Liverpool?
I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked.
Bryce and I aren't shocked.
You know that the irony is that it wasn't a bad performance up until Konate made that tackle, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And look, I like Konate, but he has been.
His mind is on Madrid. Ever since those Madrid links came out, he ain't looked the same.
But yeah, I mean the thing is, apparently Madrid have come out and said they're not interested in him anymore. So I don't know, but yeah, it's just there's just something like
shout out to Carefree Lewis for the.
He's had a tendency sometimes to make brain farts and stuff, but it's just anyone who's played football at any level, you don't even have to have played at a good level. If you're a defender,
champions of the world,
half the time when you're a defender, as long as you stay on your feet and don't commit too rashly, forwards will make a mistake, right? They'll kick the ball too far ahead of themselves, or they'll miscontrol it, or they'll take a shot and it'll go wide, or something. So a lot of the time, defending as an individual at the very least, it's just about positioning and not being stupid. And unfortunately, he didn't need to go in there and make that kind of tackle. It was completely unnecessary. And as soon as one goal went in, you start to worry. You start thinking, bloody hell. And then obviously they immediately make it 2-2. And then our worst fears are realised almost immediately. Then you get 3-2 ahead, and you're like, okay, come on, guys. I literally tweeted, come on, don't be no more stupidity, please.
I saw that. I was
You didn't like it, though, did you?
I was smiling.
Like
I was smiling. I was like,
sorry,
oh.
you're too busy smiling that you couldn't even like the tweet. What's wrong with you, Rita? Come on,
I didn't
bro.
like it. I was like, I didn't want to jinx anything. Let me not jinx this. So, yeah, I knew Leeds was tough, Rax. I knew Leeds was tough.
I will say, Liverpool played well. Like when I was watching the first half, they looked like kind of like last season. I was like, oh, they look fine. They look like, do you know what I mean? Like problems are, and that's what the bar.
It wasn't swashbuckling stuff or anything amazing. But it was just. Yeah.
Yeah, but a number of games last season, you weren't necessarily swashbuckling
exactly.
per se. It's like,
with no Salah.
But then, yeah, exactly. But then 60 minutes, and then it was peak Barclays. I was like, this is Barclays. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like Leeds, like the crowd was up. Horror. Kanate, right? Just on Kanate is, I do think over the last 3-4 years, he has been one of the best centre backs in the league. Yeah, like centre backs do go through periods. Yeah, I remember Ruben Diaz had a period. Yeah, like where people were like clowning him, saying he was terrible. Blah,
People
blah,
asking for John Stones.
I remember Romero.
Yeah,
same
as yes. But the thing with him at the moment is that he's in very poor form, and they don't have any alternatives to take him out. With Leone getting the ACL and not getting Gahey, Gomez being fragile, they don't have the options to take him out, and he's just still playing. Like if they had any other centre back that was fit reliably, he would not be playing. I'm 90% sure he would have been dropped. Yeah, like I've seen what Slot did to Kwanzaa, like of one game. Do you know what I mean? So it's like Kwanzaa one game, like we didn't see him properly again after that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I do think Slot can be ruthless. I think there's with the Salah thing as well. Just to finish on this, like I feel like Salah's actually gonna pay the price potentially for Liverpool's transfer market, because if you think about what they've done, if you think about Isak, you think about Verts, you think about players like that, they're potential match winners, right? Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. Do you see what I mean? Like you need match winners, and you need people to do the donkey work. You got Isak, Verts, Salah, you got 3 match winners. Yeah. So who are the Indians who are just like loading all of these kind of things? So I'm just looking at go on, sir.
Big up Matty. He said Mo crossed the line last night. He has to go. What he did at United, not at Liverpool. But what he did.
He said what he did happens at
Liverpool.
Yeah, what he did happens at United, not at Liverpool. By the way, I don't think Slot is the man to take us forward.
Wow.
Ultimately,
Slot is the man to take Liverpool.
So I did a poll question, and I said, who do you think ends up leaving Liverpool first? Do you think they sack Slot, or do you think they sell Salah? And 67% think they're going to sell Salah.
I think Slot will eventually go, but I think this for the board will be like something. Whatever happens with Slot, like the board will look at this with Salah. I think it will be like fatal between the board and Salah, because it's to me it's different. Like this is one where it's like, bruh, like just not like shut up and dribble, but you did get like a 400k contract in the summer. Like as in like I don't know. Like to me, I know there's a difference between words and actions, but the actions are that you got a 400k a week contract based off an amazing season. Now, come the following season, he might think he's being pushed out. Yeah, that's what he might be thinking. He might be like, I'm on the bench. I had a great relationship with the coach, yada, yada. I'm just thinking that like maybe he could do this a better way, and I think the board won't appreciate this because you can also look at the Edwards and Hughes, the numbers, they're data guys. Yeah, they've definitely gone against some of their rules to re-sign Salah. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah,
100%. It's impossible that they can look at the data, like in terms of like age, all of this sort of stuff, and then look at the volume of contracts. But I guess the gamble to them would be, okay, as long as he replicates 70% of his output, it's better for us to do that with him than to go and try and buy somebody. Problem is, he's probably dropped to about 40% or something. Do you see what I mean?
I mean, look, the
So,
thing is,
so it's like, yeah, go on.
he's on 400 grand a week, so 400 grand, that's 20 million pounds a year. We're talking about halfway point, so that's 10. Maybe we've spent 10 million. We can sell him to Saudi for more than 10 million if you want to take all the plus and minus. That I think ultimately, I don't know who's going to go first, but I mean, it doesn't really make sense to sell Mo right now with him going away at AFCON. I think he's not in the Inter squad. I don't think he'll be in the Brighton squad. I think they will see how things go with Slot for the next few weeks. And I think if things don't improve, then Mo will come back and Slot won't be here. Rightly or wrongly, I don't necessarily think that's right, but I think that's what could happen. And if things are going well for Liverpool or going better, then maybe we'll say to Mo, you either come back, maybe you don't make a public apology, but you make an apology to the manager or squad, or you have to go. It'll be something like that. It's not. I don't think it's going to be like. This is not a situation where you just say, "Get the fuck out," one of you. I think they'll try and buy some time.
Yeah, listen, I've seen this happen at my club multiple times, so maybe that's why I'm so desensitized to it. Not on this scale, because it's never happened after just 3 games and not playing. My thing it is this, right? In the first 5 games of the season, Salah had 2 goals, 2 assists. Then 3 games, nothing. Goal, 2 games, nothing. On the bench, 1 game, nothing. On the bench the next game. He has 4 goals, 2 assists in 13 appearances, 1 coming off the bench. Pretty decent return. Pretty decent. But we can all agree the performances didn't add up to something.
No, like it depends on the levels. Pretty decent for Mohamed Kudus. Do you know what I mean? Like this is Mo Salah we're talking about.
He scored. Some of the goals came against Brentford.
If I came to you, if I came to you and said Haaland had 6 goals in 13 games, pretty decent return. You'd be like, no, it's not. You'd be like, no, it's not. It's not for Haaland.
Leave anomalies out of this. That guy's a freak of nature.
Salah's an anomaly.
I'm saying this, but look at where the goals came against. Bournemouth. The goals come against.
Is he not? Is Salah not an anomaly?
We're gonna have to put a ball on this. We spent 40 minutes on Liverpool.
Can I just say this last?
Let's shift gears.
I'm just gonna say this, and you can move on. The goals came against Bournemouth, Burnley, Brentford, and Aston Villa.
All right. And
that's all I need to say.
Arsenal,
but all of those.
No, Jay, that's all you got.
Okay, I was just gonna say those goals sound like
Jay,
quite decisive.
Jay, we gotta move on.
Let's move on.
Thank you for watching that short clip. Hopefully you enjoyed that video and you left a like on the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the discussion that we just had.